Good evening. Two teenage girls killed when they were hit by a car while out jogging have been described as promising young athletes. Stacey Burrows, who was 16, and Lucy Piggott, who was 17, were killed on Queen's Avenue outside the Aldershot Garrison last night. The driver, her 24-year-old soldier, has been arrested on suspicion of drink driving and released on bail until February. Mel Blore reports from the scene.
Well, it's been a very difficult day for all those involved in the tragedy, and friends of the girls who have been visiting the scene today to lay flowers, understandably very upset and still in shock actually. And I've been speaking to some of them who described Lucy and Stacey as very bright girls, great runners with great futures ahead of them. In fact, they were due to compete in a competition in Spain next weekend, so the news of their deaths has been very hard to take. Fighting back the tears, friends of the teenage girls arrived at the scene of the crash this morning as they tried to cross the road during a training session for Aldershot Farnham and District Athletics Club.
Stacey was always a really keen runner. She would always turn up to events and stuff. Always put 110% effort into every race. She'd always try her best.
I think what's hit everyone quite hard is this week they also had a big I think it was a European race in Spain, I think it was. But now that's completely been taken away from them.
The crash happened just after 7 o'clock last night. Shortly after, the black Ford Focus, which collided with the girls, was towed away. The driver, a 24-year-old soldier, arrested at the scene. The girls were both students at Farnborough Sixth Form College, where a book of remembrance has been opened. Tributes have also been paid on social media. Olympic runner Eilish McColgan said her thoughts go out to family, friends and teammates. Paula Radcliffe tweeted, "Such tragically sad news. Thoughts with all the family and friends."
My daughter, she runs for Portsmouth Athletics. She's a friend of Lucy's, so I decided that today I'd just come up and pay our respects as a family and just drop some flowers off because sad times for everyone.
The girls were members of the Aldershot Farnham and District Athletics Club. Earlier, their chairman visited the scene.
The club is absolutely devastated to lose such amazing, talented young female athletes. Our thoughts and prayers are with the two families who are being supported by the Police Family Liaison team. Additionally, the club are aware that many athletes, parents and coaches have been greatly affected by this incident, and we are currently arranging support for them and their families.
In other news, 270 jobs are at risk at pharmaceutical company Pfizer in Havant. The global company has announced it's to close its packaging and distribution site on New Lane within the next 4 years. In a statement, Pfizer said its priority is to support affected colleagues and try and sell the site.
I think it's very disappointing for Havant that Pfizer, a blue chip company, is closing down in this wonderful borough of ours. But we are open for business. And if and when, in 3 years' time, Pfizer does eventually close down with 270 job losses, we will ensure as best we possibly can that those job losses will be redistributed throughout the borough.
Well, despite that announcement in Havant today, there are more people in the south in work than at any other time in history. Every day there are hundreds of vacancies waiting to be filled. Richard Jones has more.
At this jobs fair in Southampton last month, there were more than 1,000 vacancies on offer, more than 1,000 chances for an unemployed person to get into work. And that's not unusual. Across the country, there are more jobs available than ever.
The number of people employed is at historically high levels, so 31.81 million people in employment, and the level of unemployment on the basis of the number of people claiming benefit is back to the pre-recession levels, back to pre-1975.
Yet there are still around 2,000 people on job seekers allowance in Southampton. Why?
Because all the people that are easy to get into work are largely in a position somewhere. So the difficult task for us as a council and probably as a society is to say, well, there are another section of people that could be in work but require more assistance and more help to get there. And they're the ones that we need to be working with now.
This project, run by Brockenhurst College, provides training, support and encouragement for people trying to get into work.
We've given people the chance to go through a food hygiene course, which is obviously something that employers are looking for, as well as health and safety in the workplace, customer service training. So the skills and the knowledge that they would gain through spending time with us is something that would be really beneficial to an employer.
Martin Cullen has been unemployed for just over a year.
I lack confidence to some extent, applying for jobs that basically you've got no chance of getting, but it's always, you get downhearted when you say, well, you're too old or you ain't got the qualifications for that. But I always thought there would be something suitable for me if I kept on persevering.
Now Martin's going to be one of 500 people working here at the new West Quay development in Southampton. When the project started, the decision was taken to recruit from as wide a range of people as possible. Richard Jones, ITV News.
South West Trains could see a rival company operating services from Hampshire to London from next year. Alliance Rail Holdings says it could provide more services and cheaper fares. It's bidding for an open access service, which means it would operate outside of the main franchise, currently held by South West Trains. Bus drivers in Weymouth and Bridport who work for First Dorset have announced a further wave of strike action. The Unite union has confirmed members will walk out for 24 hours on the 16th of November in a long-running pay dispute. Finally, Brighton and Hove Albion has introduced a new way to watch football, and it guarantees you the best seat in the house. They're using virtual reality goggles. They're the first football team in the country to do it, and here's Andrew Pate to explain how it works.
So I've come along to enjoy this football match. I'm sat here in the middle of the stand at the Amex Stadium, but where I prefer to be is down in the tunnel, or next to the managers. So I put on my virtual reality goggles and I look around, over to the pitch, around the stand. I get to be in the middle of the action. On our TV screens, the virtual reality looks rather odd, but in the goggles, it's one clear 3D image which goes round 360 degrees. 12-year-old ball boy Paddy Gladman from Worthing is one of the first to give them a go.
It was like a really good experience because something that as a child I'd want to do, I'd want to be a footballer for my favourite club Brighton, and it was like being with my favourite players, like heroes really, like people who you look up to as a child.
It'll be launched in the family stand at Brighton's match with Aston Villa on Friday the 18th. Do you think it adds to the whole experience of coming here to the Amex?
I think it does, yeah. I mean, obviously, as a supporter, you sit in your seat and you see the players out on the pitch, but to be able to see what they're seeing on a match day, I think is completely unique and something that hopefully our supporters will like and appreciate.
For us football fans, it really is great. We'll still come along and cheer on the team, but with these virtual reality goggles, it means you really do feel you're right in the middle of it.
Andrew hasn't taken those off. Let's get our weather goggles out now with all the details. Here's Simon.
From sleet to the slopes, driving through Europe. Eurotunnel the Shuttle sponsors ITV Meridian weather.
Good evening, and you'll be pleased to know it's a quiet night of weather tonight. In fact, it's not that noisy a weather day tomorrow. There will be some brightness to look forward to, but also a few scattered showers, although many of us will stay dry. Certainly we've got high pressure taking charge as we head through the next couple of days. It's not until the weekend that the next low pressure system out to the west is going to force some more wind and rain our way, and that will make for a bit of a messy Saturday, although Sunday isn't looking too bad. But back to tonight, and and it's dry. A lot of clear skies. Temperatures, well, a little on the chilly side. A few showers may well develop through the early hours, but for many of us it will stay dry, and there's enough wind to mean that frost won't be an issue, with temperatures down to around 3 or 4 degrees in some rural spots. And for tomorrow morning, by the time most of us wake up, it'll be a dry start. There'll be some bright or sunny spells as we head through Thursday, but again there will be a few scattered showers here and there, perhaps an odd heavy one as well, but most of us will miss out. A lot of dry weather through tomorrow, and the wind's not as strong as they've been today. Still a bit gusty along the coast, where we could see gusts of around 20-25 miles an hour, but certainly less windy inland.
Eurotunnel the Shuttle sponsors ITV Meridian Weather.
And that's it for now. We're back during Good Morning Britain from 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. From the late team, thanks for watching. We'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.